Today I'm going to be discussing the low testosterone epidemic that is plaguing men in the modern world.
No shortcuts, just endless sweat and pain. Every struggle is the path to gain. Thunder in my chest, drive like a train. Reaching new heights we will sustain. Even when shadows darken the road, remember the fire that inside us glowed. Victories taste sweeter when you know you climb the mountain, carry that. Rise and grind, the world won't wait. Every step feels a stronger state. Push it higher, never hesitate. In this world of life we dominate.
In the modern age, people talk about stuff like toxic masculinity, and testosterone is looked down upon as a bad thing. But the thing is, testosterone is a requirement for men. And what I mean by that is men with low amounts of testosterone have been shown to have an 88% higher death rate than men with high testosterone. And the truth is, society today was built off testosterone-filled men. It's what motivates us, makes us keep pushing, and it's what has allowed society to turn into what it is today. But now, testosterone levels have begun to plummet in the new age. And to give an example of what I mean, today 20-year-old men have the same testosterone levels as 60-year-old men in the year 2000. In the last 50 years, there's been a 33% decline in men's testosterone. Even though a 33% decline in men's testosterone may not sound like a massive amount, back in the 1960s, men had an average testosterone level of 650 nanograms per deciliter. Today, it's only 415 nanograms per deciliter. And those are the averages. A man today who has high testosterone has about 1,000 nanograms per deciliter, but in the 1960s, it was almost 1,600 nanograms per deciliter. To put that into perspective, in order to achieve that amount of testosterone today, you would have to take about 200 milligrams of testosterone by injecting it orally through steroids. And to put into perspective how much 200 milligrams of testosterone is, TRT is about 50 milligrams of testosterone. Now the question is that we should be asking as men is, how do we achieve the testosterone levels that our ancestors used to have? Now there is many ways to increase your testosterone. One way is to work out. That it has been shown to increase your testosterone by a substantial amount. Getting lots of sleep at night has been shown to boost your testosterone. Being very competitive and aggressive, especially in like sports, has been shown to increase your testosterone a lot. Also, if you're deficient in any type of vitamin or mineral, your body won't produce the optimal amount of testosterone. And to give an example, over 96% of Americans today are deficient in some type of vitamin or mineral. Now, being overweight or having too little body fat on you can also decrease your testosterone, and the most optimal range to keep your testosterone at a good level is between 10% body fat and 15% body fat as a man. And even with all those things that I just said, you might only be able to increase your testosterone to about 1,000 nanograms per deciliter, which would put you over the average in the 1960s. But us as men, we should strive to have the highest testosterone possible. Now again, in the 1960s, the high testosterone level was about 1,600 nanograms per deciliter. Now for men today, that testosterone level is almost impossible to achieve naturally. So the question comes to, is it perhaps healthy to inject a small amount of testosterone? In other words, is it perhaps healthy for men to inject small amounts of steroids to achieve a testosterone level that our bodies are supposed to naturally have, evidenced by our past? And I think the answer might be yes. For some people who are maybe perhaps working out and testosterone levels matter, or they're doing some type of bodybuilding, or perhaps people with just a lower than 500 nanograms per deciliter, might want to consider taking small amounts of testosterone to increase their testosterone to levels that we know from our past is natural for our bodies to have. Now, there are lots of side effects to steroids, but a lot of these side effects really don't come until you start abusing it, like a lot of bodybuilders in the modern world use. What I mean by that is using about 150 milligrams to 200 milligrams of testosterone, which is way lower than the amount that most modern bodybuilders use. Most competitive bodybuilders today use anywhere from 800 to 2,000 milligrams. Now, a lot of the side effects of a level that competitive bodybuilders use is you can see a huge increase in acne. Your balls can shrink, you can grow hair in strange places, and you can increase your risk of heart failure dramatically and your risk of death dramatically. In fact, some bodybuilders who abuse steroids too much can expect to die 30 years early. Now, the reason this risk of death is so high is because it puts a lot of strain on your liver and on your heart. And the reason it puts strain on your heart is because testosterone increases the size of all muscles, including the heart, and despite popular belief, a bigger heart is not a good thing. But all of these risks really come when you abuse steroids. None of these are really seen in small amounts between 150 to 200 milligrams of testosterone. And at this level, you can of course increase your testosterone to the amount that we know is naturally what our bodies can have. Alright, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the like button, and if you like my content, make sure to subscribe. God bless you all, and goodbye.